Light a fire. For thousands of years, humans made fire by rubbing two sticks together. Add the hand drill. Here's how to make one. 1. For the spindle and fireboard, find some dry, soft, and non-resinous, no sap, wood, like yucca, cottonwood, poplar, cedar, cypress, or elm, which are easier to create friction with. The spindle stick should be about 16 inches long, 3/4 inch thick, and fairly straight. Sharpen the bottom end like a pencil tip, and whittle away any jagged or rough spots on the shaft so you can easily run your hands along it. 2. The fireboard should be about 6 inches by 1 inch wide and 3/4 inch thick. Carve this rectangular piece so it lies flat on the ground. Cut a V-shaped notch, half as deep as the board, into the edge. Next, carve out a pencil eraser-sized depression at the base of the V where you will place the spindle tip. Position a leaf, piece of thin bar, or your knife blade, anything as thick as an index card, under the board to catch the coal that will fall out of the board's notch. 4. For the tinder bundle, gather dry and pithy materials, cattails, mullein, grass, bark, or moss, and shape them into a bird's nest. Place it within arm's reach. 5. Get in a stable kneeling position or sitting position with one foot on the edge of the fireboard to hold it steady. Put the tip of the spindle on the board's depression and place your hands at the top. Use significant downward pressure. Roll your hands at the top. Using significant downward pressure, roll your hands back and forth, up and down the spindle. Go slowly at first to deepen the board's notch. Then go faster, a lot faster, bearing down on the spindle with your body weight as you roll it in your hands. Hot dust will be generated first, then smoke, and as the spindle glows red from the friction, a tiny ember will appear in the notch. If the ember doesn't automatically fall into your catching device, gingerly tap the board. 6. Transfer the ember to the center of the tinder. Blow gently until you have flames. Then erect small sticks around it, teepee style. Survival secret. Always carry a reliable fire starter. Nestor favors a magnesium spark rod and Vaseline-coated cotton balls, which burn even in rain. Rub 1 teaspoon of Vaseline into a cotton ball. Pack a few loosely in a film canister. Also good, butane lighters. Start a fire. To make woods more flammable, whiskey soak it to the core. Then wait a few minutes so the vapors disperse, reducing the risk of a fireball. In damp conditions, resinous woods, pine, spruce, fir, mesquite, which have a lower ignition point, work best. Avoid oaks and maples. Nestor also suggests filling a small can, like a or Altoids can, with whiskey and lighting it. Or you can build a sand fire by scooping a cup full of dirt into a mound. It must be a dry substrate like sand or clay formed into a small clay pinch pot. Then pour in a quart of whiskey. It should burn 10 to 30 minutes. As the flame dies, use a stirring stick to bring fuel back to the surface and add a few minutes of life. Although your sand fire won't be hot enough to boil water, it can provide warmth, heat wood, or help light a signal fire. For the latter, feed in twigs, then transfer the burning twigs into a fire pit. Beware of wildfire hazard in dry backcountry areas. If you don't have a lighter, pour out the whiskey, fill the bottle with water, and start a magnifying glass style. With the sun at its zenith, 11 a.m. to 2 p.m., focus the sun's beams onto some rotten, punky wood, dry cow pies, or elk dropping until you get a glowing ember. Nestle this in grass or dry bark, then blow it into a flame. If the bottle has broken, try a shard. Add 1 or 2 beads of liquid, then lie flat with your forearms supported, focusing the beam as per above, with the water droplet side facing the sun. You must let the pinpoint of light concentrate for 20 to 30 seconds on the tinder before it will ignite, so keep still and be patient. Need fire but have no tinder? When the ground is drenched, look in your pack for dry, flammable fuel. Burn this. Alcohol-based hand sanitizer. A grape-sized dab will burn almost invisibly for 90 seconds. White gas. Though it evaporates in the open air, it does so slowly. Cooking oil. Unrefined oils work best. DEET bug sprays. Burning off might create some unhealthy fumes, but it's worth it if you need a fire. Gauze bandages, or paper products like TP, tissue, trash, or playing cards. Steel wool. It lights even when wet. Fabric. Apply the above fire accelerants to cotton or wool garments, or Silanon. Torn strips of cotton ignite easily and blaze brightly. Tighter weaves burn longer, so shirts and underwear work better than socks. Don't burn. Butane from an opened lighter. When exposed to air, it evaporates quickly. Polyester. Synthetics light slowly and melt into a fire-killing plastic. Lost with only some junk food. Word up to Eric Schlosser and all you other health food ninnies out there. A bag of greasy chips could save your triglyceride-loathing, carb-counting, GMO-bashing nincompoops. Here in the world of professional backpacking, those of us who have been around the backcountry block and have seen some things, and yes, escaped a few brushes with physical and other kinds of nearly certain death, we possess a secret survival method that's as effective as it is unorthodox. Variously known as the Pringles Primer, the Fritos Fire Starter, or the more on this later, Fritos Firebomb, this mystery is one we reveal only here because, frankly, photographer Dan Selinger shot a really cool picture of it. Inadvertently at an 80s bonfire in southern Ohio, the technique is dirtbag simple. Flick a Bic under a greasy sliver of potato, and that all-American farm product will burn for 45 to 60 seconds per 1.87 grams serving, the weight of an average chip these miserly days. The flame won't cook the rabbit you just snared, but several blazing crisps will lick your recalcitrant kindling enough to get a real fire going. We never carry chips on trips, though we love Tim's Cascade jalapeno afterward. But extensive testing reveals that Frito Scoops is the sine qua non of incendiary snacks. As for the firebomb, put your pyro thinking cap on and imagine a white gas marinade. DIY Survival Bracelet. In an emergency, paracord can prove just as valuable as a knife and fire starter. You can use it for lashings, tourniquets, makeshift shoelaces, snares, and tying splints. You can even tease out the cord's individual strands and make a fishing line or sewing thread. But how do you carry a useful amount that will always be on your person without just shoving it in your pocket? Enter the survival bracelet. Often worn by American soldiers, this is not a fashion accessory but a survival tool. Just like your knife and lighter, this can be worn on your body, in case you become separated from your gear. To construct one, you'll need scissors, a lighter, a tape measure, and 10 feet of 550 paracord. Breaking strength of 550 pounds. Here are the steps. 1. Cut a 2-foot length of cord and melt the ends with the lighter. Fold the cord in half. Wrap the doubled up cord around your wrist, pulling the tag ends through the loop. Tie an overhand knot with the ends. This is the stopper knot. Adjust the knot so you can slip a finger between the cord and your wrist. Do not trim the ends. This is your base cord. 2. Lay the remaining 8 feet of cord in front of you horizontally. Now place the base cord with the loop at the top over the middle of the 8-foot cord, forming a T. 3. Make a cobra knot. To start, take the cord on the left and bring it over the top of the base cord to form an S. 4. Take the right cord and thread it down through the loop on the right side of the base cord, then under the base cord and up inside the loop on the left and pull tight. Make sure the overhand knot will fit through the small opening at the top of the base cord. 5. Starting on the right, reverse the process. This will complete the first cobra knot. 6. Repeat steps 3 through 5 until you are about 1/4 of an inch from the stopper knot. Check the fit on your wrist by pushing the stopper knot through the loop at the apex. You can adjust the fit by moving the overhand knot up or down. The bracelet needs to fit snugly without being too tight. When you are satisfied, trim the tag ends and melt them with a lighter. To wear, push the stopper knot through the loop to hold the bracelet securely on your wrist. If desired, you can also add wooden toggles, buttons, buckles, and other fastening methods. To use the cord, simply unweave the bracelet.